Razer Naga V2 Pro versus Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed. The Pro costs nearly 3 times more, so the real question is whether the swappable side plates, rechargeable multi-mode power, and fancier scroll wheel actually earn that gap for how you play. Spending more is not automatically smart, and going cheap is not always the win either. By the end, you'll know which one is worth it for your setup. Let's make it clear. Start with the thing that actually defines this whole fight: the side buttons. The Naga V2 Pro gives you 3 magnetic side plates, a 2-button, a 6-button, and the classic 12-button MMO grid. You pop one off, snap another on, and the mouse changes personality in seconds. The Hyperspeed is locked to its 12-button layout, no swapping. Now here's the honest read. If you live in one game, say WoW or FFXIV, and the 12-button grid is all you'll ever touch, the fixed layout on the Hyperspeed does the exact same job. But if you bounce between an MMO at night and a shooter or a MOBA on the weekend, that 6-button plate is genuinely useful. 12 tiny buttons under your thumb in a fast game is a recipe for misclicks. There's a long-term owner who plays both League and CS2 and swaps plates depending on the night and calls it the best reason to own the Pro. That tracks. The adaptability is real, not marketing. Whether you'll use it is the question only you can answer. That flexibility means nothing if the mouse dies mid-raid, so let's talk power. This is a bigger split than the button count. The Pro is rechargeable over USB-C, works while charging, and supports the optional dock or wireless puck if you want it always topped up. The Hyperspeed runs on a single AA battery. And here's where it gets interesting. That AA setup quietly wins on longevity. Up to 400 hours on Bluetooth versus 300 on the Pro, and when it dies, you swap a battery in 15 seconds and keep playing. No downtime. A few owners run rechargeable AAs and just rotate them. That said, the Pro's 300-hour claim is optimistic. One owner who games hard reports going from full to 50% in a couple days, so plan closer to real-world numbers, not the box. If you hate managing batteries and want plug-in and forget convenience with a dock, the Pro fits. If you'd rather never charge anything and just carry a spare A, the Hyperspeed is smarter than it looks. Now the scroll wheel, and this is where the Pro flexes something the Hyperspeed simply can't match. The Hyperscroll Pro wheel lets you dial in the tactility, from firm distinct clicks for weapon switching to a smooth free spin for blazing through long documents, and it can switch modes automatically depending on the app you're in. Open a browser, it goes smooth. Jump into a game, it snaps back to defined steps. There's an owner who calls that automatic switching the single best feature. And for productivity-heavy folks, I get it. But watch this one. A 6-month owner reports the wheel going mushy over time, with the distinct bumps fading and accidental clicks creeping in. It's not everyone, but it's worth knowing the fancy wheel may not stay crisp forever. The Hyperspeed's simpler Hyperscroll still does free spin and tactile modes, just without the fine-tuning. For most people, that's plenty. On comfort, they share almost the same right-handed shape, but the numbers matter. The Pro is heavier at around 134 grams. The Hyperspeed sits near 59 grams without its battery. If you want a lighter feel, the Hyperspeed is the easy pick. Though one owner did note it runs slightly narrower and the pinky rest isn't as cozy. Neither suits small hands well. If this is helping you sort it out, hit subscribe. That's what keeps these deep comparisons coming. Software is the shared headache. Both lean on Razer Synapse, and the reports are all over the place. Profiles not loading, macros feeling throttled, background bloat. It's not model-specific, it's a Razer thing. So don't pick one expecting better software than the other. You're rolling the same dice either way. On raw performance, they're basically twins. Both carry the Focus Pro 30K sensor and low-latency Hyperspeed wireless, though the Pro's Gen 3 optical switches rated at 90 million clicks edge out the Hyperspeed's 60 million mechanical ones on paper durability. Which brings us to the money, and the gap is the whole story. The Pro sits near 3 times the price of the Hyperspeed. For that, you're paying for swappable plates, the adjustable wheel, rechargeable multi-mode power, and slightly better switches. The Hyperspeed gives you the same sensor, the same core 12-button MMO experience, and longer unplugged life for far less. The Hyperspeed tends to hold its low price steadily, while the Pro occasionally sees discounts but rarely drops into impulse territory. What you're really deciding is whether the extras earn that jump for how you actually play. Here's the call. For most of you, the Hyperspeed. Same sensor, same core 12-button MMO experience, longer unplugged life, and it costs a fraction of the Pro. Straight up, the extras rarely earn nearly 3 times the money. If you bounce between an MMO and shooters and actually want the swappable plates and the adjustable wheel, the Pro is the one worth the jump. And if you hate managing batteries and want dock and forget charging, the Pro fits too. The Pro occasionally sees discounts, so if you've decided on it, wait for a sale rather than paying full. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments, both linked below with the current price.